Arlington Business Partnership. Shop here, eat here, and play here. Arlington Business Partnership. Businesses building a stronger community.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please take your seats? Our program will begin shortly.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here tonight. If you would all take your seats, we'll begin our program. First, welcome to the 36th Annual Mayor's State of the City Address in the newly renovated Riverside Municipal Auditorium. Isn't it beautiful? I'm pleased to announce we have over 800 in attendance joining us tonight. So please take a moment and silence your electronic devices, please. Today's invocation will be delivered by the Senior Chaplain for the Riverside Police and Fire Departments, Steve Ballinger, and to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance is the President of the Riverside Youth Council from John W. North High School, Alex Villegas. Please stand for the invocation and the Pledge of Allegiance.
Would you please join me in prayer? Gracious and merciful God, we thank you for this wonderful city that we live in and for all of our citizens. Help us to look beyond our differences and to respect each other's human dignity. We ask that you would give to all of us the wisdom that we need in order that we can work together towards strengthening and preserving our families and our community. I'm mindful of your words when you admonish us to pray on behalf of all men, for kings and all who are in authority. And right now we thank you for former Mayor Ron Loveridge and the many years of service that he has dedicated to our city. Bless him and his wife as they pursue the next chapter of their lives. I pray for and I thank you for our new mayor, Rusty Bailey, as he takes over the helm of leadership for this great city of Riverside. He is your servant. Help him to fulfill his responsibilities worthily and well. We thank you for all of our city council members and ask that you place your favor and wisdom upon them all and help them to solve the problems and bring solutions to whatever hard times might come our way for the betterment of all of our citizens. Bless our mayor and our government officials and all of our leaders as they serve together in overseeing the direction of our city. Help them to conduct the affairs of man in accord with your will. May their vision for our city be your vision in order to bring about a brighter future for our community. We know there will be difficult days ahead. There will be challenges to face, obstacles we must overcome. But with your help, we will grow more wiser and diligent in making Riverside the best city she can be. Help us to make our neighborhoods safer and our city brighter and our community stronger. And may today be the beginning of a new beginning in each of our lives as we allow you to renew our sense of determination with strength of heart and character, and with an unwavering resolve of hope, the kind of hope that was instilled within the heart of the prophet when he reminded us that even when we go through deep waters, you will be with us. And when we pass through the rivers, they will not overflow us. And when we walk through the fire, we will not be burned. And neither will the flames of struggles set us ablaze, because you, O God, are with us. Guide and bless these wonderful men and women that you have raised up. Pour out your grace upon them as they oversee the affairs of this wonderful city, Riverside. And this I pray in your name. Amen.
Thank you. And now for our salute to the flag. Please place your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex and Chaplain Ballinger. Thank you so much. I'm Cindy Roth. I'm the president of the Greater Riverside Chambers of Commerce, and we're proud to sponsor this event with the City of Riverside tonight. At this time, I'd like to recognize some of today's gold sponsors. Please review your program for the full list of our generous supporters. AT&T, Air Force Village West, Alberts, Altura Credit Union, American Medical Response, Arlington Business Partnership, Best & Krieger, Burtech Waste Industries, Canyon Crest Town Center, the Greater Riverside Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, Gresham Savage, HDR Engineering, Kaiser Permanente Medical Center Riverside, La Sierra University, and Luminex Software. Your applause, please, for those sponsors. It is my pleasure to introduce our honored guest today. Please stand to be recognized. And audience, I'm going to ask that you hold your applause until all are introduced. State Senator Richard Roth, State Assembly members Eric Linder and Jose Medina, University of California Regent Bruce Varner, California State University Trustee Lou Monville, California State University Chancellor Timothy White, Riverside County Supervisor Kevin Jeffries, Riverside County Executive Officer Jay Orr, Riverside County District Attorney Paul Zellerbach, Riverside County Sheriff and Coroner Stan Sniff, Riverside County Superintendent of Schools Ken Young, City of Corona Mayor Jason Scott, Grand Terrace City Council members Darcy McNabo, Riverside City Council members Mike Gardner, Andy Melendrez, Ken Gutierrez, Paul Davis, Chris MacArthur, Nancy Hart, Steve Adams, Riverside City Manager Scott Barber, Riverside Community College District Board of Trustees Virginia Blumenthal, Samuel Davis, Mary Figueroa, Janet Green, Nathan Miller, our Riverside Unified School District Board of Education members with us, Kathy Allaby, Chuck Beatty, Gail Cloud, Tom Hunt, Patricia Locke Dawson, our Alvord Unified School District Board of Education members, Ben Johnson, Art Casperine, Greg Kraft, Jose Luis Perez, Carolyn Wilson. We also have the University of California Riverside Interim Chancellor Jane Close Connolly, Riverside Community College District Chancellor Gregory Gray, La Sierra University President Randall Wisby, Western Municipal Water District Board of Directors Brenda Denstad, Tom Evans, and Charlie Field, Major General Mark Kyle, Commander, 4th Air Force, Colonel Randall Ball, Commander, 163rd Air Reconnaissance Wing, California Air National Guard, Commander Eric Cottrell, Navy Operational Support Center, Director Tony Crowner, Air and Marine Operations Center, Chair of the Greater Riverside Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, Frank Montez, Chair of the Greater Riverside Chambers of Commerce with Luminex Software, Brian Hawley, former Mayor of the City of Riverside, Ron Leveridge, and Mayor Rusty Bailey, his wife Judy, and their daughters Elizabeth and Julia. Thank you all for attending. Thank you for being here. Now I'd like to recognize the rest of our gold sponsors. The Mission Inn Hotel and Spa, the Riverside City Firefighters Association, Riverside Community Health Foundation, Riverside Community Hospital, Riverside County Economic Development Agency, the Riverside Medical Clinic, Riverside Public Utilities, Salvation Army, Solar Max Technology, Southern California Gas Company, Stronghold Engineering, TDA Investment Group, Varner and Brandt, and Wells Fargo Bank Regional Commercial Banking Office. Your applause for all of our gold sponsors. To present the Beautification Awards, please welcome from Keep Riverside Clean and Beautiful, our Chair Kathy Wright, Executive Director Connie Lieberniak, and Mayor Rusty Bailey.
Thank you, Cindy. This part of the program was established to recognize businesses and institutions that best represent the spirit of keeping Riverside beautiful. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the members of the Keep Riverside Clean and Beautiful Advisory Board who helped make this program a success. Let's give them a round of applause. And now, it's my pleasure to present the winners of this year's Beautification Awards. Please hold your applause until all the finalists in each category have been announced.
Welcome to the 2013 Beautification Awards. Brought to you by Keep Riverside Clean and Beautiful, with photographs by Michael J. Elderman Photography. This video presentation is produced by Milestone Media, filmtovideo.com. In the category of new construction with landscaping, third place, Hyatt Place Riverside Downtown. Second place, RCC School of Nursing, Math and Sciences Complex. First place, Sterling Highlander.
Accepting awards are Diane Florian for the Hyatt Place, Dr. Cynthia Azari for the RCC School of Nursing, Math and Sciences Complex, and Kelly Earhart for the Sterling Highlander. Let's congratulate these winners. Thank you. On to the next category.
In the category of exterior reconstruction with landscaping, third place, UCR School of Medicine, Education Building. Second place, California Square. First place, Riverside County Flood Control and Water Conservation District.
With us today is Dean Richard Olds for the UCR School of Medicine Education Building, Rolando Iglesias and Ward 5 Council Member Chris MacArthur for California Square, and Steve Thomas from the Riverside Flood Control and Water Conservation District. Again, let's give these winners a round of applause. Thank you. Now, on to our next category.
In the category of maintenance of existing facilities and landscaping, third place, Bournes Incorporated. Second place, the Toro Company. First place, St. Andrew Orthodox Christian Church.
Accepting awards are Gordon Bournes from Bournes, Rob Starr for the Toro Company, and Father Luke Hartung from St. Andrew's Orthodox Christian Church. Again, let's give this category a round of applause. Congratulations. Now to the next award. This year, we are delighted to have two winners in this category.
The Historical Cultural Preservation Award goes to Riverside Community College District, the Center for Social Justice and Civil Liberties, and Riverside Municipal Auditorium.
Accepting on behalf of the Center for Social Justice and Civil Liberties is Riverside Community College District Chancellor Gregory Gray. And accepting for the Riverside Municipal Auditorium is Ward 1 Council Member Mike Gardner. Let's give them a round of applause. Congratulations to both of you. Thank you. Now to our next category.
In the category of Sustainable Design and Innovation, the City of Riverside Airport Fire Station number 5.
Accepting on behalf of Airport Fire Station number 5 is Ward 3 Council Member Ken Gutierrez. Congratulations. Thank you. On to the next award.
The Chairman's Award goes to La Sierra University.
Accepting for the La Sierra University is Dr. Randall Wisby. Congratulations. Now to our next award.
The Mayor's Award goes to Doty Trust Park.
Accepting on behalf of Doty Trust Park is Ward 7 Council Member Steve Adams. Congratulations. Thank you. And now to our final award.
The Award of Distinction goes to Citrus Tower.
Accepting for Citrus Tower is the owner, Mark Rubin.
Where's his wife? She should
Next time. Congratulations to you both. Thank you. On behalf of Keep Riverside Clean and Beautiful, congratulations to all the award recipients for your commitment to keeping Riverside beautiful. Let's give our winners one more round of applause. Thank you, and back to you, Cindy.
Thanks, Connie. Thank you. Now I'd like to recognize and thank some of this evening's silver level sponsors. Bank of America, Bournes, California Baptist University, College of Allied Health at California Baptist University, Community Action Partnership of Riverside, Completion Counts, Premier Service Bank, the Press Enterprise, the Ransom McKenzie team at Caldwell Banker Armstrong Properties, Reed and Hellier, Rick Engineering Company, and Riverside City College. Thank you for your support today. At this time, I'd like to ask the chairman of the board of the Greater Riverside Chambers of Commerce, Brian Hawley, to present the 2012 Riverside Hero Award. Brian.
For the past 20 years, the Chamber has presented the Riverside Hero Award to a group or individual who has made a significant contribution to promote our community at the state and/or national level during the past year. This year, we recognize someone we all know as a great leader, an accomplished academic, and a man of character and vision. A few of you may know him as Pete Weston from his debut on CBS Undercover Boss. Although taking a great risk, which leaders must often do, he brought broad and positive national attention to UCR and our community, showcasing Riverside to more than 8 million viewers. Our Hero Award recipient has repeatedly shown himself to be a leader that cares for the community. When the UC system was considering consolidating their entire human resources departments for all 10 campuses into one location, he led the effort to promote Riverside as the destination for the UC Path Center. He has repeatedly shown that when something should be done, he finds a way to get it done. This trait has made many things a reality, including the UCR School of Medicine. It has been a challenging journey to navigate the funding and accreditation for the medical school, but he brought us there with steadfast dedication. Our Hero Award recipient does not believe in half measures or doing half the job. The results of his efforts can be seen in the School of Medicine and the work of the faculty, staff, and students at UCR as they execute his vision every day. Ladies and gentlemen, in recognition of his many contributions to our community, I am honored to present the 2012 Riverside Hero Award to the former Chancellor of UCR and now Chancellor of the California State University System, Dr. Timothy White.
You're an athlete. You're an athlete. You can handle that. Well, my goodness, it's nice to be home. I often thought that recognitions such as this are a bit premature, that let some more time go by. The only time when you recognize somebody immediately after something is at a wake. So I hope this is not a forerunner of a tough evening for me, but it does reflect really the University of California's staff and faculty and students and the community support that each of you have been so powerful and compelling in providing to us. And so I'm humbled and honored to be recognized as the hero, and Dick Goles is here. He thinks I'm the unfunded hero. Sorry, Dick. We'll get there. But it really is about everybody I was privileged to work with. And as I think about former Mayor Loveridge, a turned full-time educator now, and I think about former educator Rusty Bailey, full-time mayor now, and I think about my colleagues at RCC and La Sierra and Cal Baptist and throughout the city, and of course at UC Riverside. There's one word that sort of ties together those individuals and those entities, and that is, I think they're each and all agents of hope. Hope that through knowledge and through support of each other, we'll have a better tomorrow, not only for us in this room, but more importantly for those who are not here, those who have been marginalized along the way, and that through education and city services and the support of a loving and caring community, that we are the agents of hope. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Tim, and thank you so much. At this time, I'd like to recognize the rest of our silver sponsors: Riverside Community College District, the Riverside County Building Industry Association, the Riverside County Superintendents of Schools, the Riverside Police Administrators Association, the Riverside Police Department, Riverside Public Works Department, SEIU Local 721, Security Bank of California, the University of California, Riverside, Vistera Credit Union, and Wells Fargo Home Mortgage. Thank you all for your support. Now we are pleased to bring you a new part of our program. Beacon Economics delivers insightful economic analysis that enables communities to make informed decisions about investment, growth, revenue, and policy. Presenting a glimpse of that analysis in the Riverside Intelligence Report is Beacon's Director of Economic Research, Jordan Levine. Jordan?
Good evening, everyone. I'm excited to be here. That's a tough act to follow, and you'll all be getting a copy of the work that we've done researching Riverside's economy. But I want to give you guys a sneak peek at some of the findings that we found, give you some of the big picture stuff, what's going on in the local economy, employment, labor markets, spending, things like that, and then talk about some of the opportunities, which I think we can try and seize on in the coming years as well. So right off the bat, I think that the Great Recession is starting to wear off, right? This is a graph of employment in both Riverside as well as in the broader Inland Empire markets. And what you can see is that although the growth hasn't been great, we have turned the corner toward the good. And in fact, the city of Riverside's added just about 2,000 or so private sector jobs since it hit bottom in early 2010. So although we're not rocketing back to those pre-recession peaks that you'll see here on the far left-hand side, we are starting to move in the right direction. And we're seeing the same thing with things that are a little bit more leading in nature, like consumer spending, whereas labor markets tend to lag a little bit the broader economy. And what we can see there is that overall spending by both businesses and consumers here in the city of Riverside have been on a pretty solid upward trend for the last 2 or 3 years. And in fact, since the second quarter of 2009, we've had consecutive quarters of positive growth in spending in Riverside. And so this, again, is a really positive sign that the effects of the Great Recession are in fact waning. We have begun to move forward now. We haven't moved forward at the same clip that we see in the rest of the county overall, which is that red line. Nonetheless, things are improving here in the city. And how about the residential market? So real estate was one of the big sources of our woes during the downturn. It's continued to plague us throughout the recovery period. Fortunately, in 2012 and 2013, real estate actually began to add to overall growth in the economy. And what we've seen is that both sales have firmed up and prices have actually started to appreciate. So on the left-hand side, what you can see is that the median price of an existing single-family home in the city of Riverside has actually popped back up above $200,000 for the first time since the housing collapse. And so again, even the real estate markets, which have been a source of consternation, are starting to become a positive for the city of Riverside. And I think in terms of thinking towards the future, this right-hand graph is perhaps even more indicative of the fact that we have turned the corner. And in fact, for the first time in 5 years, we've seen less than 1,000 units in the city of Riverside either in foreclosure or been issued notices of default. And so those have come down pretty precipitously. The worst of the real estate crisis is behind us, and that's true for Riverside as well. And actually, I think real estate is going to be one of the feathers in the cap for Riverside in the coming years. What I'm showing you here is the relative affordability, or what kind of a discount do you get by living in Riverside relative to living in some of these coastal employment centers like Los Angeles, San Diego, Orange County. And what you'll see on that far right-hand side is that it's never made more sense for folks to move to Riverside than it does right now. So when you compare ourselves to Orange County, for example, folks are going to save about 58% versus what they would pay to live in Orange County. And the same thing, you see anywhere from 40 to 45% LA and San Diego. And so in terms of creating that natural incentive for folks to want to come to Riverside, that incentive has never been stronger than it is today. And so I think this is really going to be something that drives new migration into the area, but also kind of stimulates some new construction as well. And so now that these cyclical effects are beginning to wane, I think we really do have the opportunity to try and seize our future and steer it in the direction that we want it to go. And so on that note, I want to talk just a couple of key issues, and again, you'll get more detail in the report that you'll get later this evening, but just a couple of the critical insights that we pulled out when we were doing our research on Riverside, and that relates to facilitating development, being strategic about that, focusing on education, and seizing some of that low-hanging fruit. And I want to talk a little bit about each one of those. So in terms of structural issues, this is an area that we really have to work on. Mayor Bailey is a huge advocate for education, and so this is something that I'm very optimistic on moving forward. But what you can see is that the city of Riverside does lag some of the other parts of Southern California, even the state overall, and the nation in terms of overall educational attainment. About 20% or so of our residents here have a bachelor's degree or higher, and that's great, but what we need to do is try and get that back up to a higher level. That's something that we need to start on now so that we make sure that the future is bright for the future. But I think there's stuff that we can do over the short run to kind of seize on some of these strengths that we do have here currently. And what I'm showing you here, and this again is county data just because we can't drill down to the city, but I think it really is indicative of a broader trend that we see here. And what I'm showing you is the percentage of folks on the right-hand side who work in these type of occupations who actually commute out of the area each day to work in some other employment center like San Diego, Los Angeles, Orange County. And what you can see on this list, this is the top 7 in terms of the proportion of workers who live here who actually commute outside of the area. And what you can see is that we have a lot of high-skilled folks relatively in this area: architects, engineers, mathematicians, computer scientists, scientists in general, business and financial folks, and even folks who are managing large corporations are actually leaving the area each day for work. Anywhere from 30% all the way up to 40-45% of these folks actually go outside. And so while we want to work on education, that's a critical goal, these are things that we can do over the short run to kind of harness the strengths that we have here in place today. The flip side of that coin is you see some of these lower skilled occupations, and these are the bottom occupations here. What you can see is that some of the lower skilled folks actually are finding plenty of work here. Only 11% of folks doing food prep and service leave the area for work every day. Part of that's a wage issue. But you know, in terms of seizing that opportunity, we've got a lot of great folks right here locally that we can tap into to make our economy that much stronger. And then we talked a little bit about development. I think this is going to be one of the key areas going forward, and there's been a lot of movement. I give the city a lot of credit for this. But you know, when we look at what happened in the lead up to the housing collapse, what you see is, I'm showing you on the left-hand side what the different mix of non-residential construction was like in LA County, just as an example, and what it looked like in the city of Riverside. And what you can see is that retail, by and large, dominated the new construction that we saw in the lead up to the housing bubble, at least on the non-residential side. And so retail is a big strength, but it's also a vulnerability because that's one of the first things to go when times get tough. And so for me, this is a big goal, is trying to keep our retail base very strong, but also introduce some more diversity that helps us really bolster that overall quality of life in the area. And so overall, my conclusions are, that the cyclical effects are indeed waning. Riverside's coming out of this. We see it in real estate. We see it in spending. We see it even on the labor market side. Things are getting better. The worst is behind us. Retail's still the biggest, right? But we need to try and diversify away, especially considering the average wage that gets paid in that sector in terms of overall bolstering the quality of life here in Riverside. That's going to be a big goal for the future. Healthcare has been growing, and that's one of the stalwarts of our economy, right, that really wasn't that affected by the downturn, and that's going to continue to be strong, especially with the introduction of the UCR Med School. It's a great institution, and it's really going to bring a lot of benefits to Riverside in the coming years. We've got a burgeoning sector in tech, and this is something that I didn't touch on here, but that you'll be able to read more about in the report later on. And this is something that I think we really need to kind of strategize into the mix. We have telecoms, a lot of technical consultants, firms like that. That's the areas that we really want to grow. These are really good paying jobs that really do bolster that quality of life that we've talked about. So my recommendations, let's focus on education for the long term. That's the mayor's priority, definitely. Capitalize on some of these commuters so that we can make things happen over the short run and really get some of that bump in the near term. And also, let's be really strategic about how we permit and start diversifying away and making it really attractive for folks to bring in some of those more professional, scientific, technical type jobs. So overall, things are moving forward. Things are looking pretty good. This is the goals for the coming years. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Jordan. Copies of the detailed report will be available for all our guests at the end of the evening as you're leaving. So we'll be handing that out, and then we'll also be emailing it out to our members in addition. It's now my pleasure and honor to introduce our new mayor. He is a sixth generation resident of our community and Riverside's first new mayor in 19 years. He graduated from the United States Military Academy at West Point as an Army helicopter pilot, with a degree in political science in 1994 and a master's degree in public policy from UCLA in 1999. With close to 22 years of public service through the military, working for a federal and county agency, and most recently representing the city of Riverside as the council member for Ward 3, he has made a commitment to service and building relationships at all levels of government to effectively address what matters most to our community. He has been an ardent supporter of the funding and accreditation of the UCR School of Medicine and developing Riverside's technology infrastructure. This recent effort contributed in Riverside being named the Intelligent Community of the Year for 2012 by the Intelligent Community Forum. He has participated personally in the city's economic development plan and continues to be involved in building international relationships, including the city's recent trip to Erlangen, Germany. We are embarking upon a new era in local leadership for our community. So, please join me in welcoming to the stage our 17th mayor of the city of Riverside, Mayor William Rusty Bailey.
Clap after the speech. That's my buddy Paul back there, the wizard behind the curtain. He's taking care of all the hoopla stuff up here, trying the teleprompter for the first year. Little tough to follow a hero and then a professional economist, right? But if you counted the times he said C's, it was a good setup for my speech. So thanks. Where's Jordan? Thank you. Once again, let's give Jordan a hand for setting me up. Well, I am humbled and grateful for you all coming out tonight now, and lending me your ear. It's an honor and a pleasure to represent my hometown, Riverside. At West Point, when it rains on graduation day, it means the class is destined for war. In Riverside, when it rains on the State of the City address, it means that the mayor is ready to grow. As I prepared for this speech, I met with residents, friends, students, council members, and staff. Throughout these conversations, I was reminded that Riverside is truly a unique city. We have our own style here, our swagger. But I call it the Riverside Way. The Riverside Way is collaborative. Through friendships and partnerships created and cultivated within the city, as well as beyond our boundaries, Riversiders have always found innovative solutions to problems, and we continue to make long-term decisions that endure for generations. We are better together in Riverside. The Riverside Way is welcoming, from migrant farmers to the military, from entrepreneurs to college students. We welcome people to our city and make them feel at ease and at home. Opportunities for new residents of Riverside to plug and play, whether through the many chambers of commerce, places of worship, service clubs, nonprofits, or city commissions. Old Riverside accepts new Riverside like no other city. We are accommodating and we are inviting here in Riverside. The Riverside Way is relational. Conversations and relationships are ongoing processes toward continual improvement and growth. And that is how you can all support the Riverside Way in your daily walk. Through meaningful conversations that cultivate relationships and later on down the road bear fruit. So how are you building bridges and relationships through conversations in our city today? Through my conversations of the state of our city, I discovered this. The state of our city is responsive and responsible, dynamic and sustainable, inclusive and intelligent. These are the words that I believe best exemplify and describe our city. Last month, I was sworn in as our city's 17th mayor. As we start the new year, this is a great time to share with you my vision for Riverside. In my swearing-in speech, I identified 3 themes that I'll continue to reference during my term of office: gratitude, leadership philosophy, and challenge. I am grateful to live in a free country that allows us to give spiritual thanks on a daily basis to whomever we as individuals believe in. I am grateful for our city's prosperity. Relative to other cities around the world, we are blessed, truly blessed, to live in Riverside. Thank you to my beautiful wife, Judy, the MVP of Team Bailey, I call her, and the CEO of our family, if you know her well. Judy, for your unwavering support of my dreams and my purpose on this earth. I say thank you, and I love you deeply. Thank you to my beautiful daughters, Elizabeth and Julia. You all truly make this a meaningful purpose to serve as your mayor in this city. And I thank you for being my daughters and such good little girls down there. Right? That's right. She said, you're not the mayor, you're my daddy. And that's definitely the number one role the hat that I wear. Thank you, girls, for sharing your daddy with the city. Right now, Mom, the teacher, is giving them an assignment, a homework assignment, to count how many times Daddy says Riverside in the speech. So if you want to participate, you're welcome to join them. My brother's somewhere in the audience. My dad couldn't make it. He had surgery yesterday, and Mom is going through some hardships. But to my brothers and sisters, and to the best Mom and Dad a mayor could ask for, thanks for preparing me for the challenges and opportunities that life has already brought and will no doubt continue to bring my way. Glad to see you here, brother. Or hear that you're here. A special shout out to my students who inspired me to run for office and who believed in me when others doubted. Where are you? Are there any students in the room? Past or present? I know Amy Carpenter's here. Thanks to the Chamber for hosting the State of the City address, especially this one, my first, and the first held in the Soldiers Memorial and Municipal Auditorium. To Cindy Roth and Brian Hawley, thank you for your leadership and advocacy on behalf of businesses in Riverside. Where'd Cindy go? You're building lasting bridges toward our future success as a city and a region in this global marketplace. Cindy Roth, Brian Hawley, please stand and be recognized. Thank you. Enormous thanks goes to my colleagues on the City Council and previous councils for the Riverside Renaissance, the most ambitious capital improvement plan in the city's history. The Renaissance touched every ward and every neighborhood and proved that the city cares about all of our residents. Let's give them a round of applause, folks. Stand up and be recognized, City Council. And a hearty welcome back to public service to Ken Gutierrez, now Ward 3 Councilman, for answering the call and stepping in as a steward to represent the hub of the city. Thank you, Ken. This year is an opportunity for the public to select their representatives in Wards 2, 3, 4, and 6. I challenge the candidates to be civil and relevant in their campaigning. And I challenge the voters to become informed about the issues and the candidates. To the city manager and city staff, I have tremendous faith and confidence in Scott Barber's ability to lead the city team and manage the billion-dollar budget of the city. Scott has shown solid decision-making skills, hiring the right people for the right job at the right time. Well done, Scott. Welcome Al Zelinka, our new Community Development Director, and Larry Voppel, our Office of Economic Development Manager. We expect great things of you all. Al, make it here. Where's Al? Al and Larry? All right, there he is. Thank you to our city attorney and city clerk who lead their respective professional organizations. Colleen Nickel is the immediate past president of the International Institute of Municipal Clerks, and Greg Priamos is the future president of the City Attorney's Department of the League of California Cities. Riverside is proud of your professionalism and leadership, both within and outside of our city. Stand to be recognized. As for my staff, I'm excited to work with Maureen Kane, returning to City Hall in a new role, and thankful to Lala Acharya, Darlene Elliott, and Jetta Heiss, who continue to serve the mayor's office. I've rounded out my staff with Josephine Erickson, my first campaign manager from Gage Middle School, and Felina Rosales, a UCR graduate exploring her talents at City Hall. Thank you to Steve Frazier, who continues the important work on completion counts from the mayor's office and who also helped out a great deal with the slides you see behind me. And finally, thank you, Mayor Loveridge, for setting the bar so high for elected officials in general, and more specifically for Riverside's mayor. Kudos to your career. Kudos to your career in public service, some 33 years, serving neighborhoods, wards, cities, and most importantly, Riverside. A great mentor, role model, husband, father, and grandfather. Thank you. Thank you, Ron, for what you mean to me. As you may have heard before, my philosophy of leadership is pretty simple. It's twofold. Lead by example and take care of your troops. I believe we are all capable of being leaders. Whether it's in your families, whether it's in your neighborhoods, or at your workplace. We all have the capacity to serve others. Integrity, vision, courage, and passion are leadership characteristics that motivate me daily. And it is my mission that these characteristics will define Riverside's leadership, and for which Riverside will be known throughout the region, this state, our country, and the world. If we all share the philosophy of a servant leader, imagine what we can accomplish working together in public and private enterprise. To be a great leader, sometimes you need to be a follower. And you shouldn't worry about who gets the credit. But first, you must believe that you have the power to seize your destiny. To believe in something, you must understand it, and then make a commitment to see it through. During my first year as mayor, I commit to continuing Mayor's Night Out, Walk with the Mayor, and the Education Roundtable. I will create a Bike with the Mayor program, visit at least one school and one business per week, spend time with each council member in their ward, and ride along with city staff in all the departments. And I will create a business roundtable to share strategies and formulate policies to expand economic and workforce development. My commitment as your mayor is to continue building bridges and cultivating relationships, to continue deepening our historic roots, and promoting the Riverside Way. It says take a deep breath, so I'm going to do that. In an era of national fiscal cliffs and state fiscal walls, the road ahead is not without challenges. Decisions by the state and federal governments may continue to negatively impact our city's budget. By committing to the Riverside Way, we will develop strategies to build a stronger local economy in order to create local jobs for our residents. My challenge to you is to believe in the Riverside Way and to commit yourself and make yourself available to the Riverside Way in 2013. Available to serve your family, available to serve your neighborhoods, and available to serve your city. So how do we achieve this? By working together to build upon the 4 pillars of our strategic plan. By seizing our destiny. The first pillar of seizing our destiny is being a catalyst of innovation, for innovation. We are a catalyst for innovation in medical science, education, and entrepreneurship. The School of Medicine must remain a top priority. It is critical to our city and this region's healthcare and an economic engine for our city at the right time. Thank you to Chancellor Timothy White, Dean Richard Olds, and all of the School of Medicine staff for your unwavering commitment through the accreditation process, a well-deserved victory for you and our community. Stand up and be recognized, UCR. Working together, we will improve healthcare access and outcomes in our region. Well done, Citizens University Committee, in advocating far and wide. And thank you, County Supervisors, for your financial commitment to making the medical school a reality. Thanks. We will continue to fight for the necessary funding to provide program stability and continuity with the support of Congressman Takano, Senator Richard Roth, and Assembly members Jose Medina and Eric Linder. Riverside is counting on your leadership to propel the School of Medicine forward. Downtown's destiny must include a footprint of the School of Medicine on the campus of the community hospital as it grows over the next 4 years, 5 years, 30 years. New business opportunities will emerge to support this growing industry. Together with our hospitals, CBU's Allied Health School, La Sierra University's Pre-Health Professionals Program, RCC's state-of-the-art nursing school facilities, and of course, UCR's School of Medicine, Riverside will be the capital of the medical industry in inland Southern California. Education, my bailiwick, so to speak. Educating our youth is paramount to a thriving city. This is the final year of the Gates Foundation grant that created Completion Counts, Riverside's partnership with RCC to raise college attendance and graduation rates. With the encouragement and support of the Chamber, both Alvord and Riverside Unified School Districts, have increased their academic rigor at all levels, promoting core classes known as A to G requirements, which are necessary for our students to gain admission to UC and CSU schools. Most importantly, Completion Counts announced last May that the RCC guarantee will ensure that qualified students from all of our public high schools can finish their associate's degree or certificate in 2 years' time. The first group of more than 300 students is working its way through their courses at RCC right now. Let's give RCC a round of applause for that work. While the Gates Grant brought the education community together in Riverside, Seizing Our Destiny's Education Roundtable will continue the momentum in maintaining a college-going culture. This will ensure that Riverside's workforce will be stronger and Riverside's economy will benefit from these efforts. We must foster entrepreneurship in our city. I challenge the city manager to find a way to open an innovation center on Main Street, supporting local entrepreneurs and startups. Small business is the backbone of our city's economy. I will spearhead the creation of the Riverside Entrepreneurial Academy, working with the deans of the schools of business and engineering at our 4 institutions of higher learning. We will create an entrepreneurial academy so 50 of our most promising high school students will root themselves in Riverside upon graduation. We need to grow our own entrepreneurs in Riverside and let them know that they are supported here, which will encourage them to start and expand their businesses in their hometown. This is the Riverside way. As we cultivate business in our city, we must do so with our future generations in mind and strive to be a clean and green, sustainable community. This goal will attract even more creative leaders, and our city will benefit from their talent dividend. With over 100,000 Riversiders under the age of 21, we can never forget that the youth today will be our doctors, engineers, teachers, and public servants of tomorrow. We will prepare them to lead, and that is the Riverside way. We are an international city. Through a highly competitive process, Riverside was voted the #1 intelligent community in the world in 2012. The last U.S. city to garner this award was New York City in 2001, and that's not bad company. In February, Tohoku University, from our oldest sister city in Sendai, Japan, will open an office at UCR. This office will support 150 students that Tohoku will send each year for the next 5 years towards service learning in Riverside. This is the type of promise that must be pursued with each sister city. We must continue to work toward multiplying the economic impacts from these important relationships. So this summer, I'm committed to travel with 25 of our high school students to Erlangen, Germany, our newest sister city. This is the 3rd year of the Riverside Erlangen High School Exchange. During my visit, I will look for ways to bring businesses currently growing in Erlangen's high-tech incubators to Riverside, as well as build bridges with their innovative corporations such as Siemens and the Fraunhofer Institute, the creator of the MP3. The concept of Riverside's Long Night of Arts and Innovation, so successful last year in its premiere, was brought back from our first trip to Erlangen, showcasing the best of Riverside's arts and artists, science and scientists, innovations and innovators. This exceptional event, along with the Mayor's Ball, will make Arts and Innovation Week a signature event for our region. As a result of our sister city relationships, SolarMax, using Chinese investment, chose to relocate its headquarters to Riverside. They have restored and adaptively reused the historic FMC building, and they plan to create 1,600 green jobs while boosting Riverside's solar energy profile. This is the type of international economic development the city will attract, develop, and retain. Another great example of what? The Riverside way. It's no wonder that Sister Cities International has recognized Riverside's program as a best-in-class. This is a legacy we will build upon, working with Riverside's business education, nonprofit, and faith communities. And we look forward to celebrating the International Relations Council's 50th anniversary in 2013 as they continue to nurture the culturally diverse relationships with Riverside's 8 sister cities. The second pillar of Seizing Our Destiny is intelligent growth. From business first to business ready, Riverside's land use future is tied to sustainable principles, efficient government processes like project docs, and smart zoning codes. Development must be focused on sites with opportunity to grow into their highest and best use, such as on our college campuses, in our business parks, and around corporate headquarters. Business sites should be located near transportation infrastructure in order to more efficiently move goods and people to their desired destinations. Focus will remain on building grade separations and quiet zones. You happy about that, Chris MacArthur? Quiet zones to ensure efficient, safe movement of goods and people while respecting our residents' quality of life in their neighborhoods. Riverside's transportation future will begin this year with strategic planning and grant writing to fund the layout and rollout of a streetcar network, an economic development project that will connect downtown Riverside with our universities, hospitals, neighborhoods, and retail hubs. City staff, spearheaded by Al Zelinka, will collaborate with Caltrans, the Western Riverside Council of Governments, the Riverside County Transportation Commission, and the Riverside Transit Agency to create this 21st century transportation network for Riverside. Streetcars bring back some long-lost heritage in this region, while offering the benefits of reducing our carbon footprint. Once again, this is the Riverside way. Pause. The third pillar of seizing our destiny is location of choice. It is time to tell our story, to tell the story of the Riverside way. It is time for us to ensure that the Riverside we know and love becomes the Riverside that everyone knows and loves. We should all be able to answer the question of why Riverside? We must be able to tell others why we moved to Riverside, why we go to school in Riverside, why we live or work in Riverside, and why we think Riverside is the best place to raise a family. By telling our story and inviting our out-of-town friends and business associates to experience Riverside, we will attract outside investors who are looking for a city that shares their same entrepreneurial spirit. And we will roll out the red carpet to visitors who are looking to experience a new side of classic California. We are a location of choice. We are a destination of choice. We are a city of choice in Southern California. What do you say to that? I challenge you to spend an afternoon visiting one of our 51 beautiful parks, 41 recreation facilities, or 7 branch libraries, like Orange Terrace. It's got them all. Or check out some books at the newly refurbished Marcy Branch Library and our Lanza Branch Libraries. They were built for you. Or hike up the hill at Doty Trust Park in La Sierra, which has one of the most beautiful views in the downtown or of downtown Riverside. You see that there. And don't forget our Wilderness Park in Sycamore Canyon, where the U.S. Cup of Mountain Bike Racing will race for its 3rd year in a row. Alternatively, you students, who should be here up there in the balcony somewhere, go enjoy the original skate park in Hunt Park, one of my favorite city amenities. Newsflash, this Saturday morning at 9 a.m., I invite you all to dust off your beach cruisers and bikes and join me on the first Bike with the Mayor event, rain or shine. We'll start at Martha McLean Anzaneros Park, cruise down the Santa Ana River Trail to Fairmount Park, and stop for some coffee and conversation along the way. I look forward to being with you, listening to you, and learning from you, all while enjoying the great outdoors and some of the best open space that Riverside has to offer. Segways are welcome too, Mike. A healthy city provides its residents with ample opportunities to work, play, and shop. The Renaissance has gone a long way in providing these opportunities, advancing the quality of Riverside's parks, libraries, museums, community centers, and events. Who was at the Festival of Lights events this year? Let's give that a round of applause in and of itself. As the Fox Performing Arts Center enters its 4th season, it continues to expand its performances and theatrical selections. More entertainment diversity will appear later this year with the opening of the Fox Entertainment Plaza, Black Box Theater, and Exhibit Hall. And it is exciting to watch the transformation of the Riverside Convention Center into a modern venue that will blend seamlessly into our downtown historic fabric. Riverside is the center of arts and entertainment in inland Southern California. The city continues to invest in our cultural resources with the Metropolitan Museum, focusing more attention on the historic Harada House as we develop a plan to ensure its significance in local and national history. And the council remains steadfast in its priority to rehabilitate and refurbish our main library. In the next few months, staff will bring forward the final conceptual rendition, environmental documents, and funding options. As the county seat, Riverside is the hub for emergency services in the region. Our state-of-the-art emergency operations center allows us to communicate across agencies and organizes response to disasters of all types. In the near future, the city will invest in a new water quality control plant, otherwise known as the sewer treatment facility, and upgrade our water and electric infrastructure. The modernization of these facilities will help us protect our citizenry and ensure utility system reliability for businesses, residents, hospitals, and governments across the entire county. Because of all of these investments in the long-term health and quality of life in our city and for this region, Riverside remains a location of choice in Southern California. The fourth and final pillar of seizing our destiny is being a unified city. As we expand our minds through our cultural resources, we must not forget to keep our bodies strong. Move the needle for people who are overweight, have diabetes, or other physical ailments. A healthy body needs to be able to live right, move right, and eat right. In partnership with the Community Health Foundation, the City of Riverside supports a healthy environment by encouraging residents to seek fit, fresh, and fun alternatives for a healthy lifestyle. Go to fitfreshfunriverside.com to find out who, what, when, and where you can go for free or discounted resources that will help you, your friends, and your families live a more fit and fulfilling life. In this spirit of selflessness, I ask all Riversiders to consider how they can reach out to help others in need across our community. We are better together in Riverside. United by location, the Riverside Neighborhood Partnership helps keep our neighborhood safe, active, and beautiful to all of our residents, for all of our residents. Together, public-private partnerships like the Andulka Tennis Center and the Riverside Aquatics Complex attract and focus on keep talented local athletes in our city. With mutual purpose, faith-based coalitions like today's Urban Renewal Network and the Ending Homelessness Foundation are working tirelessly to assist Riverside's most needy populations. So now it's your turn. How can you help? What good can you initiate? What causes can you join? How can you advance Riverside towards seizing our destiny? In conclusion, I want to thank you all for joining me here tonight, for taking time out of your busy schedules to be a part of Riverside and its future. I am both humbled and emboldened by your friendship and support. I hope you will visit me at City Hall, where my door is always open to you. Just ask Scott. I stand ready to assist you as you set forth to seize your destiny, whether it be in your neighborhood, your school, your place of worship, or your business. And I leave you with one final question and challenge. What is your destiny in Riverside? This is your city. This is your moment. Whatever your destiny is, let's achieve it together. After all, that is the Riverside way. May God bless you all, and may God bless the proud city of Riverside.
Rusty, thank you so very much. And thank you to the Bailey family and to the girls for sharing your father with our city. Thank you. We look forward to working with you, Mayor, to continue to make Riverside a destination for business, high-skilled workers, and visitors in the new decade. I do want to take a quick moment to thank the Chamber team, led by Kelly Strain, the City team, and the Riverside Municipal Auditorium. We could not have done this event without all of them working together, so let's give them a round of applause. Thank you all for attending the 36th Annual Mayor's State of the City Address. Please join us for a special reception downstairs to congratulate Mayor Bailey, meet our local elected leaders, our honored guests that are here with us this evening. Thank you very much.
The 36th Annual State of the City Address is brought to you live by Arlington Business Partnership,